All right, hi there, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you, meteorologist Matt Wintz. Yeah, we've got our first snow on the way. I know we're not too thrilled around here. It is kind of exciting, but I want to give you the latest because there's a lot of different models out there saying all sorts of different things. And then we have the thing that, oh yeah, it's lake effect snow, so there are no guarantees with this. But I want to give you the latest thinking. So I want to show you a couple of the models that we're looking at. You're looking at my messy workspace here, but here's how it's going to go. So today, very quiet day, right? We've got a mix of clouds and sun, temperatures up into the 40s. Tonight, same old song and dance. We'll be back into the 30s with partly cloudy skies. It's Thursday. Tomorrow that things start to change a little bit. We've got a pretty strong cold front for this time of year that's going to come plowing through northeast Ohio, and we're going to see an increase of clouds throughout the day tomorrow. But as you kind of go forward through time, you can see what we have. This is about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, give or take an hour or so. Again, this is a computer model, but as that front goes through, we could have a band of perhaps a heavy downpour as it moves through, and the winds are really going to pick up. But it looks like it's all rain tomorrow evening. But after that, yeah, we start to see some of our first snowflakes of the season, and we're talking tomorrow evening, maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night, I think, as that band goes through, and our temperature is going to drop really, really quickly tomorrow night as well. But we're not talking anything in terms of really accumulation tomorrow evening. We should be fine. But as you know, as that cold air kind of spills across the lake, overnight, Thursday night on into Friday morning, that lake effect snow band is going to start to develop a little bit. So we're going to see it become better organized, I think mainly in the higher terrain of northwest Pennsylvania. I think most of northeast Ohio during the early morning hours, I'm talking midnight to about 5 a.m. on Friday, we should be fine. I don't think we're going to see snowflakes. We'll see those clouds collecting, and it'll be cold. It'll be blustery as well. But as we go into Friday morning, those winds start to shift a little bit more out of the northerly direction. So that brings any snow band that develops, that's perhaps affecting areas near Erie, Pennsylvania, Erie and Crawford counties, that brings that snow band into Ashtabula County. And time-wise, again, this is a computer model, so give or take a couple hours, but sometime Friday morning, I think between about 5 a.m. and 8 or 9 in the morning, that's during morning rush hour, we could see our first lake effect snow band move into areas of Ashtabula County. And depending on how well organized that snow band gets, we could see some pretty decent snowfall rates out of it. We've got an unseasonably warm Lake Erie right now due to our warm fall that we had, and we've got really cold air spilling across that. That's really on the kind of the coldest realm that it gets this kind of year. So those two things combined could create a pretty intense snow band. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal because it's not going to last that long, but we could get a couple hours out of it out in Ashtabula County as well. The one thing kind of going against it, there's not a lot of moisture to work with. Sometimes there's just a ton of moisture up in the upper levels that really help these snow bands, but I'm not seeing, there's quite a bit of dry air in place, so that's going to kind of go against this. So we're talking snow band, Ashtabula County, 7 o'clock, that's what this model says. But watch what happens as we go through time. It shifts off to the west a little bit more. So we're talking Lake, Geauga, even Ashtabula County still around 10 o'clock on Friday morning. Perhaps some heavier snow, very localized. Some of you aren't going to see anything. It'll be sunny outside of this snow band, and then we'll have obviously that heavier snow potential. And then as we go throughout the day on Friday, as the winds continue to veer off to the north, that snow band shifts perhaps into the Portage County area, Cuyahoga County, kind of our secondary snow bands, may see some snowflakes with it. How intense will it be at that time? Still too early to determine, but even Akron, Canton could see some snowflakes as we go on into Friday afternoon. And it will be cold enough all day Friday to support that before that band finally comes to an end as we go on into Friday evening. So I'll show you another look at it here. With some of these accumulations, you can see with that first band, this is Thursday night when that cold front goes through. We may get a trace in spots if some of that rain can turn over to snow, but not a big deal at all Thursday night. It's on into Friday that we'll have to really keep a close eye on where that band sets up. And again, that primary area, Michael, Holly, and Betsy and I all agree with perhaps a 2 to 4 inch total somewhere in the snow belt. And right now, this model tends to favor areas of Ashtabula, Lake, and Geauga County, which, as you know, that's the prime target area. And the reason why we're not going to see huge totals with this, it's not going to last that long. It's going to be kind of a wobbly band that lasts for maybe 6 to 10 hours total, and it's not going to stay put over an area as we typically see in the winter. So not a huge deal. First snow of the season, though, could cause some problems as we go into, again, Friday. This is mid-morning through the afternoon as it shifts from Ashtabula back to Cuyahoga County. One more aspect of that is going to be the cold. If you don't have the snow, which a lot of you won't, you're going to have cold around. Take a look at some of these predicted wind chills as we go into Friday morning. 15 degrees is what it's going to feel like in spots. That's a stark contrast over the 70 degrees that we had in areas on Sunday. So it's definitely going to feel more like winter around here as we get this Arctic front in during the daytime Thursday on into Friday. So, Tyler, any questions coming in? Anyone excited about this? Yay.
A couple of people are excited, I would say. The majority are not. A lot of just no.
Yeah.
And one guy, Danny Orton, just saying bye.
Listen, don't hate the messenger, all right? I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I don't like to see this either. I have very thin blood, so
absolutely.
I'm already cold.
Well, we do have one question from
Sure.
Tristan asking about Chesterland and Chardon. Will they be hit hard with the snow on Friday?
Yeah, so I don't think anyone's going to get hit hard in particular, especially those of you that grew up in the snow belt. I grew up in Ashtabula County. I mean, when you get hit hard, we're talking a foot or more, right? You still have school that day. I think some areas could see, again, 2 to 4 inches. Maybe an isolated 6-inch total. It all depends on that band, which isn't going to last that long. But if that band, it's going to wobble like this. That's what the snow bands do because it's all based on wind direction. If that band can wobble over an area for more than, let's say, 3 or 4 hours, yeah, we could see maybe 4 to 6 inches max. Now, models and myself, I don't think it's going to last that long in any particular location, so we'll go with 2 to 4 max. A lot of you aren't going to see anything. Some of you are just going to see flakes flying, but that Chardon area could be one of the bullseye areas, as you typically are. Chesterfield or Chesterland as well, we could be dealing with maybe 2 to 3 inches. So.
Okay, a couple more areas, people, because you mentioned mostly east in the Ashtabula, Lake Geauga. What about more Cuyahoga, Solon, and Lakewood are two cities that have come up. At Warren also, too, I just saw.
Absolutely. So I think for Cuyahoga counties, even down in Summit County and Portage counties, I'm pretty confident in saying we're going to see our first flakes of the season. It's going to be kind of the latter half of this event. That snow band, I think, will set up in Ashtabula County, and then it'll actually work its way off to the west as the wind shifts. Sometimes they start west, go east, and they stay east. This one's a little different. So we're going to see that snow band on radar in Ashtabula, and then I think towards the latter half of this event, which would be anywhere from midday towards evening on Friday, I do think we see that snow band as it's weakening shift back into Cuyahoga County. So down in Solon, we may have perhaps an hour of snow that comes in, maybe putting down up to an inch or so. So it'll be neat to see. Even downtown Cleveland, I think we may see some snowflakes the latter half of the event as we go into Friday.
Boy. Okay, one more. You've talked a lot about Northeast Ohio. What about more south? We just saw Cindy is asking about Worcester, and then we have a couple of viewers in Southeast Ohio as well. Could they be affected by this?
Yeah, that's a good question. So oftentimes these snow bands will reach all the way down Akron-Canton area if they're strong enough, if they have that Lake Huron connection. I don't think we're going to see much snow for you in Akron-Canton. I don't think we'll see much snow southeast. This is mainly a lake effect event. This is not going to be a system snow. It's not a storm system bringing in rain that changes the snow. It's primarily all lake effect. That cold air will reach through everyone. Everyone's going to be really cold as we go into Friday morning, and then I think our coldest morning will be Saturday morning with some lows in the 20s for most of us. But in terms of snow, I think this is going to mainly be perhaps a trace to an inch from Akron north as that band comes through, but this is mainly going to be an Ashtabula Lake, Geauga, and maybe Cuyahoga County situation.
Pat in Parma is booing on our...
I'm booing, Pat. I'm booing too. I don't like this at all. All right, I want 70 degrees back. Okay.
Get ready, people. It's winter. It's winter in Ohio.
It's winter around here. Yeah, Betsy will have your forecast tonight. Michael and I are working on some graphics as well, so we'll keep you updated on this. Again, this isn't going to happen tonight. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but tomorrow evenings when that front goes through, it's going to get windy, and by tomorrow night we're talking much, much colder. Very quick hit of it, but it's going to be much colder with some snowflakes flying.
Okay. All right. I think we're good.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Sorry.